it's Sarah here from Swimstyle. Thank you for joining me today. Midway through sorting my stash, which has needed to be done for years, and I've put it off and put it off. I've had Stash Hub now. This is the second year that I've had it, and love the idea of it, but just haven't been able to face the stash. But this year it's actually starting to get on top of me, and it's kind of hampering my creativity, shall we say, because I've got that much stuff everywhere. I need to have a look at what's good, what isn't good, and sort it into sensible boxes and piles and what have you, and also put it on Stash Hub so I know where it all is. I made a start yesterday. Look at how gorgeous it all looks. I have got some beautiful fabrics, and it's almost like helping me fall back in love with my fabrics again, to just see them and to see how much I've got of each as well, and then to put it back into some kind of order. So I have been storing them in these boxes as well as on the IKEA shelves behind me. I will pop in a picture. And the idea now is, instead of just chucking stuff in, at first there was some kind of idea of order, some semblance of order, but then as time goes on it just kind of disintegrates, doesn't it? So I've labelled each of my boxes, and my fabrics will be photographed, logged, and put in there if I really want to keep them. If I don't, then they are going to go to destash, or they're going to be passed on to people who can appreciate them. So nothing's going to get wasted. It's just a big job that has needed to be done for a while. So here I go, I'm going to do it. It's probably going to be extremely dull for you to watch. So I think what I'll do is I will carry on photographing and logging everything that I need to do, and then occasionally if I do unearth a beauty, then I will get on and show you. And maybe most of the fabrics that I've got actually did have a plan for them when I bought them. So I had an idea, I thought, oh, this would be amazing, why don't I make this? I've got the pattern, I'll just order the fabric, and then I'll move on to the next idea, really. So they didn't always get made. The other issue I have, obviously, is my very close proximity to the Birmingham rag market. So if anyone messaged me or whatever, just, do you fancy a trip to the rag market? Yes, okay, why not? So head off there with my bag and then come back with sometimes 7-8 pieces of fabric. So, and also they're never small pieces of fabric either at the rag market. You do come back with an awful lot. So that's part of my problem as well. Anyway, enough of the excuses. There are worse vices in the world. Please don't judge me too harshly. And like I say, I will be passing stuff on that I don't want. So hopefully I'm not going to waste. Nothing will be wasted. So I'll get on and I'll show you actually. Well, a couple of fabrics that I found that I'm really looking forward to making up. This one is a stretch jacquard, and as you may be aware, I've been making some Style Art Beth pants which need a stretch woven, and I just thought that these would make a really, really cool pair of those. So that's been logged and that's ready to go. And that goes in the stretch woven box over there, which has got some bengaleens and other nice stretch wovens, really. I've got quite a few, but as I say, I can't bore you with them all. So that will be folded up and put back in there. I've got a box called Fancy Fabrics, and this is one of my fancier fabrics. It was from Fabric Godmother in the sale a few years ago, and well, a couple of years ago I think, and it's sort of two-sided. It's like a bronze and ivory, and again it's a jacquard. It was bought to make something for a ball, and I made something else, so that's still with me. I think they're called stash squatters, I think Sam from So Let Sparkle calls them. I think that's a very good description, because I have got a few of those, to be honest. And then also this one, which I'd forgotten I had, and I was really excited to make up at the time, and I didn't. So this spring is definitely going to be made. The idea for this one is to make a peppermint magazine wrap robe. I think it's called peppermint wrap robe. So the idea, it would look really nice with jeans and what have you. So I really, really want to get that robe made up this spring, summer. And this is the good thing about getting them out and having a look at them, getting them on Stash Hub. I can see where they are, and they're reminding me that they still exist rather than being shoved in the bottom of a box somewhere. So let me crack on. I've got my cup of tea and I'm going to do some more logging and photographing, and I'll get back to you in a bit. So I think instead of showing you photos, I will actually talk you through a little bit of the piles of fabric that I have to sort through. Those boxes behind there, that's actually a collection of quilting and costume fabric, as well as bits and bobs of my own, so they definitely need a good sort through. These are two of the boxes that I've sorted. As I said, I've labelled all of them. That one that's yet to be sorted. That's full of cottons and linens. Some more cottons and linens there. These are sort of slinky lining fabrics, and then a bit of a mixture down here. Coming up here, we've got a big pile of jerseys which need to be sorted, and then the coating fabrics are there, which take up quite a lot of space. Coming up and across, we have ribbing. There's a pile of ribbing there, and in that box, that's ribbing that needs to be sorted. Those are my oldest jerseys in the corner there, which I really don't use very often at all, so they may well need to be destashed. I've got to go through them. More jerseys up there. That was the roll them and shove them in method, which isn't actually too bad, to be honest. It works fairly well until you want to get something out and then it all comes out and you don't put it back properly. A bit more coating there, and then just going across this side, excuse the wobbles, to some more, I think it's sort of mainly white cottons and things there, and a few twills. So this is what I've got to work through. It's going to take me a while, but yeah, it'll be worth it when it's all done. So sorting through the cottons, I found just a couple just to show you as I've gone on. This, I have to show you, is one of my oldest cottons, and I don't know why I've never used it. I absolutely love it. It's got these little houses and fields, and it's just, I think it's only 1.5 meters. I don't know why. I don't really sew with cotton very often. I think I probably bought it to buy it to make a little top or something. But this year I'm determined to make something with it, because I've got loads of twills which would make really nice trousers, so I could make a little top to go with some trousers. So that's that one. Another one that I thought I would make a nice set out of for the summer, which I still must do, is this gorgeous batik print. It's probably not to everybody's taste. It is a bit sort of murky, isn't it? But I just really, really love the colours in that. So I think a trouser, a nice trouser, sort of maybe the Pomona pants, and a little vest top in that for the summer might be really nice, or even a shirt maybe to go with the trousers. This one was in a sale years ago, can't remember where from, but I just loved the colours in that and thought it was different. Again, it's a little bit sort of seasidey, isn't it, with beach huts and things. Whether I actually wear that or make that into bags, the jury's out on that one. I think I'll probably end up making a bag out of it. I think I've got about 1.5 meters of that one. And then finally this beauty, which I have shown on my vlog before, but it's a panel and it's Versace, and I absolutely adore it. So again, I don't know what to do with this. It's almost like, will it become a wall hanging? Because it's come out a few times to be made into something and then just gone back in, because I'm really frightened to cut into it. So those are a few of the cottons. I have more than I thought. I've got quite a few to get through. Well, it's cottons and linens, but this is such a good reminder for me of what I've got and what needs to be made, and I do not need to buy anything or go on trips to the rag market anytime very, very soon. So I've nearly finished the cottons and linens, and I just thought I'd stop and show you a couple of fabrics that I've found. This is another really, really old fabric that I've got, and I was sort of always on the fence with it. I think it's Ralph Lauren homeware, and you know my obsession with all things beachy and sea, etc. I don't think I'll ever wear this, but now I've started making bags, I think that might well come into its own. I think that will make some really nice bags. I didn't know whether to make it into sort of almost like a picnic blanket, just quilt it. But that's a really, really old fabric. At least, I would say at least 10 years old. So that's going back into the stash, but it's logged here to do something with it. And then this cotton sateen is one of my absolute favourites. Now, I want to make a dress out of this. I've got a wedding coming up next year, which this might be one of the contenders for an outfit for that. And it's the mica dress, which is part of Closet Core crew from last year, which I didn't get round to making. And it's kind of like a slightly fitted dress with cutaway armholes here, sleeveless. I think that would be really nice, but I just absolutely love that. It's just a little bit different. So onwards and onto the, I think probably I'm going to start on the huge project that is jersey. Yeah, I'm not doing jerseys today. I've just had a look at the size of the pile and the stuff back there. So I think that's going to be saved for another day and another video if you want one. I think we're going to need more than one video definitely for this lot. So instead of doing the jersey, I've moved on to sort of crepes and more fancy fabrics, if you like, and also slippery and mesh fabrics. So I've just got a couple that I wanted to show you. This came from the rag market. And it's this mesh fabric. If you remember, it's a little bit like rusting metal or a watercolour painting. I don't know, whatever, sort of however you see it. It was in the heap, which is on the floor in the rag market. Obviously, I grabbed it. It was right up my street. And it's a little bit see-through. So it's, well, it is a mesh. I've been struggling to know what to make with it because I don't really want to necessarily wear a mesh dress. I would probably possibly wear a mesh top. But there is a new Swimstyle pattern called the Harriette top, which has really caught my eye. Now, Juliette has made it up in a mesh. She's made it in different fabrics and it looks fantastic and everything. But one of them is a mesh. So it's an off-the-shoulder top. And you can either have it, I think you can have it with sleeves or sleeveless. It's like a bandeau top and you can have it ruched, which I think would work really nicely with this. So that pattern is going to be going into my trolley soon in order to make this with. So I'm really, really pleased, really excited to make that up because I love that fabric. So it's just nice to have a pattern that will work and that will sort of suit me and my lifestyle. And then the other bits that I've just found is, I know I mentioned a wedding earlier. Another option I have, more rag market stuff, again from the heap. This is why I like going, but I can't go until I've got some of this stash sewn up. It's just ridiculous. I don't know whether you remember this. I bought this quite a long time ago and I have got a ridiculous amount of this. It is sheer, I don't really want to unravel it all because it's taken me ages to fold it all up. It's sheer Devore in this gorgeous pink. I think pink's going to be quite in this year from what I can gather. So this one is obviously like a tiger print, and then there was a matching one which I've got a little bit less of, which has just got the dots. So my original thought of that, and I may still make because I've got enough, is to make a wilder gown using the two different fabrics. But I've also got this crepe which I have had forever. Don't even remember buying this, that's how long I've had it. And I think this would make, so it's got a bit of stretch. I think this would make a gorgeous pair of trousers to have a sort of a sheer top to go with it. So I'm really quite excited by that. That's obviously not going to be made until nearer to the summer, but watch this space for those ones. So yeah, keep unearthing lots of lovely fabrics that I've forgotten about, and it's really lovely to see them on screen. If I can just show you and scroll up and down a little bit. So when you see them like that, it's really quite, it's just lovely to be able to scroll through and see what you've got. So just, it's re-energized me really with my ideas for what I want to make. So, and I'm I'm probably less than halfway through, and I haven't dared to look at how many meters that I've put away so far, but I'm getting there and it's going to be worth it. And like I say, it's going to make me more excited about making up the fabrics I've got instead of just leaving them languishing in boxes. Okay, I think I've had enough for today. I've logged almost 100 meters of fabric. Do you know, it's like those receipts when you get at the supermarket and you get to the checkout and they tell you how much it is and you think, how on earth could it have all have added up to that? And then you check your receipt and you realise, oh right, okay, there are quite a few fabrics here and quite a lot of length, so that probably has made a bit of a difference. Before I go, I will just find you two more because I'm working through my viscoses, which I've nearly finished. Actually didn't have as much viscose as I thought. This is an oldie but a goodie. It's got to be made up. This one is has been around for ages, hasn't it? And it's a really lovely soft viscose twill. that's got to be made up this year. All those beautiful shoes. I think it was an M. Rosenberg fabric. I've got a couple of meters of that. Just haven't really found the right pattern for it, but determined to this year. And also I'm just showing you these, not because, well, there's no point showing you the plain ones, but I have got some nice patterns and colours as well. This is it's quite an unusual stretch viscose. So I think the idea is to make, it's got a little bit of stretch, which viscoses don't normally have, do they? To make a jumpsuit of some sort, probably an Avenir, because it's just such a lovely, easy jumpsuit to wear, isn't it? So that is the plan for that one. I will go, and I'm just looking down here actually. Look, while I'm on the subject of colour, I do have colour. I have this one, which is going to be a duster, which is one of my favourite from System Intaka. That's the seashells fabric. And then this is another one which has been with me forever from Rainbow Fabrics, and I'm sure loads of people will recognise this. It's another one which I do love the colours in it, but when I go to make it in something, I think, oh, it's a bit much. But this year I've just got to make these up, because I'm not buying new stuff. I can't buy new stuff until I have made up some of these gorgeous fabrics. I mean, look at them all. It's just obscene, really, isn't it? So these will be, watch out, in future videos in the summer, these will be made up, that's for sure. So that is it for me today. I hope you've enjoyed seeing me what I've got so far. I have got obviously some more to go through. I've got to do my jerseys and my coating fabrics. I've got loads of stretch stuff over there, some more viscoses, so I've still got a way to go. And if you like, just let me know and I will do another video, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.